What's the craziest thing you've ever witnessed at a family gathering? Well, this one time my family and I were eating Triscuits and my dad was staring at his shoe. And we were all just minding our own business, eating our Triscuits in silence, and my dad was staring at his shoe. Then my dad looks up and he goes, "Hey, does anyone want to hear a joke?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, Dad, why not?" He says, "All right, here's a joke. What do you call a fish with no eyes?" And we're like, what?" And he says, FSH. And then he just stared at us, expecting us to laugh. And there was just silence. And then my mom said, "Oh, that's funny." And then she started laughing hysterically. And I was so confused because I didn't get the joke either. And my dad was just staring at my mom like, "Why are you laughing? It's not funny." And she was like, "Oh, it's just funny to me that you would think that we would all want to hear fish joke at this particular time." And then my dad got really offended and he was like, "Hey, I thought it was funny." And my mom was like, "Oh, it's not that I don't think your jokes are funny. It's just that, we're all a little tense right now. We haven't really been getting along lately and I don't want there to be any more tension." And my dad was like, "Oh, okay." And then he went back to staring at his shoe. And we all just sat there in silence again. And then my sister broke the silence and she was like, "Well, can we change the subject now?" And we all kind of looked around the table at each other and we're like, "Yeah, let's change the subject." So we did. We just started talking about, I don't know, just regular things. But it was so uncomfortable. And I was just thinking to myself, how could this one weird, awkward moment turn into this huge blowout argument that almost ended our Thanksgiving? I mean, we almost ruined Thanksgiving over a fish joke, and it's just so sad. I mean, I love my dad and I love my mom and I love my sister and I just hate that. Sometimes we just can't all get along.